What's up, everybody? How we doing today? Well, I'm back to doing my best Chris Farley impression today. Need a little wind here. I say that, and there's a little bit of a breeze picking up. What's up, everybody? Eric Wisniewski. Oh my God. Look at you guys. You're such good luck. I was viciously attacked without warning, broke the rules of engagement. Oh. Hold on. He's a giant. He takes up the whole screen. Look at the size of that perch. It's probably a world record. Speaking of world records, I am waiting for my certificate to come in from my tarpon, because I didn't know it at the time, a world record. It's the MWGFA all tackle tarpon world record. I had no idea, so I'm anxiously awaiting that. I'm very, very excited about that. My wife has offered to frame my world record for me and post it in the house in a spot where everyone will see when they come in. I'm still working on having her addressing me as world record husband. She still seems a little on the fence about that, but I'm sure over time, and when the world recordness of my catch sets in, I'm sure she will see the error of her ways and go, "You're right, husband. I should call you world record husband." I don't know. Call me crazy. Just don't call me late for dinner, my grandma used to say. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? It's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's a beautiful, I'll tell you now, today's June 1st. May was a spectacular month. Weather-wise, life-wise, May was pretty great. Pretty great. And June is starting off this way as well. It's so funny to think that a year ago we were fighting that east wind witch, that big east wind, seemingly every single day. That wind just blew and blew and blew and blew. This year, I mean, so there's what I'm looking at. Not a ripple, nothing. And I do mean nothing. Like, it's just flat like a pancake. I am currently between Wantry and Little Island. I started out at 1:30 on the west side of the drop-off. I went from there over to the south side of Long Island. I've been all over. I've been, this is my fourth spot I've caught 2 perch. I see a lot of people out here trolling today, obviously, because there's no wind. Need a little wind here. Need to lose a couple 100 pounds, blimp. Hey, lady, there's a whale in your boat. A beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. The fish don't know what they're missing. Bunch of dopes. Got a phone call this morning from Adam, who owns Ronnie Bird Lures. And if you remember from Walleye Fest, Adam was there with his lures. And he called me to say, listen, I'm going to be up this weekend. And he was going to give me some lures to try out during the festival, but there was just more going on that I could deal with, so I didn't end up catching up with him. So I think I'm going fishing with him Saturday morning out here, and we're gonna try and make a video. Gonna hope that the pattern comes together, and we'll see. But as of right now, I'm scheduled after that conversation this morning. I think I'm gonna go fishing with him and see if we can't get some video footage of these lures. If for anybody that doesn't know a Ronnie Bird, it's, how do you explain it? It looks more like a saltwater jig, just the jig body. You know, it has a separate hook that hangs off it, and then on the top of it, it has 2 fins. So you rip it up and it jumps off the bottom fast. Fling! And as it comes back down, those wings open up and it kind of does one of these. I'll tell you, there's another one right there. Sheep's head. I can tell you one thing that this lake has more than enough of, that we have to figure out. We got to figure out a way to make sheep's head great again. Because there are some monsters in this lake. My buddy Adam Henderson, I saw a picture he put on Facebook over the weekend. He had a 26 pounder out here. That's crazy. That's a big fish. And man, they fight like a son of a gun. Holy cow. Let's see who's with us this morning. Eric Wisniewski, Paul Messina. Paul, I've sent you a couple boat listings that I thought you might like. Jim G, Danny Diamond, Love of My Life, Courtney K. Rob Snyder, good morning. Drop Shot, great title. Good morning, everybody. Keith Horns, what's up, buddy? David Gould, what a perch. I know, it was huge. Huge. My wife says my world record sounds made up. I mean, everyone knows the IGFA. They're the world record holder. They're the recognized leader of world records, and it's the International Game Fish Association. Mine's the MWGFA. That's the Matthew William Gutchess Association. So that's where my record's from. My record is not catching walleyes on a driftless day, I can tell you that much. And there are scum lines out here. I don't know, there's a combination. All the cottonwood trees are blooming, and so you got all that cotton out here. I'm looking right now between me and Wantry right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe you can. You see that scum line out there in the distance? And it goes all the way down the North Shore as far as I can see. And I don't know if the lake's turning over necessarily. I would think maybe that's the case. But you can see all this gook that was on the bottom that's now floating. So it must have released and it's dead, and now it's floating. I haven't seen a mayfly hatch out here, and I'm going to get a little closer to this. Maybe that's what I'm looking at. Maybe this scum line is hulls or husks or whatever you call them from mayfly larvae. I'm not sure. Tons of dead fish floating. I saw a thing on Facebook yesterday that everybody was talking about all the dead adult shad that are floating around. But I mean, I'm seeing everything, not just shad. Um, Water's warmed up quick this season. You know, if you remember last year, we had so much turnover and that wind and the colder weather. Um, you know, we're going to hit 70 this week most likely, and it's the 1st of June. Last year, I don't know if we hit 70-degree water temps until sometime in July, and the bug hatch lasted for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, like 8-10 weeks, because that sweet spot of water temperature for them was elongated. So I haven't heard of any big, large-scale mayfly hatches yet. Maybe they're still to come. Um, I'm not waiting for them. I'm not wishing for them. I know it makes it tough for a lot of people. Although I had good fishing all last season during that mayfly hatch. I don't really have a complaint about it. Bill Gilbert, Scott Tagata, Larry Kelly, Gary Walters. Oh, did I get my tarpon scale? No, I forgot to ask Danny about it. I'll have to ask him. Pike Master, good morning. Nice show yesterday. Thank you, sir. George Parson. I'm going to be flipping the bird on Saturday. Michael Hoover. John Lutz, what's up, buddy? How'd Wall and Paul Pack go? Richard DeMarchi, good morning. Just got back from vacation. Be out there tomorrow. Where was vacation? Ned Sellers, what's up, buddy? I brought another rod with me this morning. I brought a jig and wrap rod. That first and only fish I caught on that lure, it was a brand new jig and wrap. I caught a perch on it, 7-8 inches long, and broke the tail fin off. I got to get out to Carl's. I know he's got replacement fins that you can epoxy in. I'm going to give that a shot. Man, oh man, is there a lot of stuff floating out here. You know, it's funny, with no wind, it just sits here. Rich DeMarchi was at Turning Stone for vacation. Right on. I hope you did well. Larry Melna, good morning. John Lutz said Wall and Paul Pack was killer. Lots of striper and walleye. You have to take me down there, John. I'd love to see that. So my wife is fact checking me. Isn't that nice? Thanks, dear. She said last year on June 1st, I reported that the water temperature was 70 degrees. So I guess I'm completely wrong. Who knew? Look at this scum line. Look at it. I mean, and like I say, it stretches all the way down to the North Shore. And it just looks like debris. I don't think these are bugs. Man, that's gnarly. Alrighty, tighty. Let me get straightened around here. Talk for a few minutes, then I'll call it a morning. Oh. Yeah, there's a big dead shad right there. That's an adult. Cruddy, cruddy, cruddy. So, let me just get through this here. Past that. So, I don't know if anyone has ever paid attention. I used to wear a red bracelet. A year ago, last night, 5 young kids were in a car accident. Friends of my son, Danny, and his best friend, Ben, did not survive that car crash. And all of his friends today are doing a memorial for him down at Lighthouse Park. Ben lived down the river with his parents down the road from us. Was always at her house, always on a jet ski, always had a smile on his face. And he was a great kid that is gone way too soon. And it's been a year now, which is hard to imagine. And on June 1st last year, Courtney and I were fishing together that morning, which Mama doesn't get up and go fishing early in the morning very often. And Danny had mentioned to us the night before that that friends of his had been in an accident. And we got the phone call that morning, June 1st of 2022, last year, that Ben was the one that hadn't survived. And, that young man's with me a lot on a daily basis. And I think about him a lot. And I think about all of the possibilities that his life had in front of him that were unrealized. Depends on who you are and what you think or what you believe. Sometimes that means, God or whoever had a plan for him and he was here as long as he was supposed to be here, and that you shouldn't feel that sense of loss because he was doing what he was supposed to and was here for as long as he was supposed to be here. I miss Ben. I think about him all the time. And people that are important to you that are gone, I'd like to say I'm positive, but my assumption is that if there's another side, and if the great beyond really does exist like we think it does, like I believe it does, if there is a universe and something else that we do or go, then I know for a fact that everybody that's crossed over doesn't want those of us that are left to be in pain and to be in grief, and because if there is another side and they're there and we think that other side is amazing, then they're okay. Yes, we miss them. Grief and missing people is very personal and very difficult, because we as the ones that are left have to continually think and process on what that means to be here one moment and to be gone the next. And the job we're doing right now takes me right down the road on a daily basis where that car crash happened. And I sometimes look around as I drive by there and almost think that I might see a glimpse of him standing there or walking alongside the road, or I try desperately not to be sad about it, um, and to be happy and grateful that I got to know him. And he was a nice young man, and he did his parents proud. He was a good kid. He was a good kid, and I'll always remember him. And today it reminds me that none of the other stuff is really that important. You know, how many fish we catch or don't catch or whatever. None of that stuff's really all that important. I focus on it and I love it, but there are other things in our life. And today I wanted to say a quick word about my young friend, um, and my desire to see him again someday. You know, um, if you're watching and you're one of the guys, you know, you're one of Ben's friends. I know a lot of Danny's friends watch me on here. Take take heed. When we're young, we're invincible. You know, 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And I'm not somebody to say wrap yourself in bubble wrap because I never did. I still don't. Um, but what I will say is that be mindful of your surroundings. You know, be mindful when you get into a car with somebody you may or may not know all that well, and your buddies might know them, and everybody jumps in, and I did all that stuff, and I survived. I had friends when I was in school that didn't survive. Um, Surviving your childhood isn't always easy, and now we have so much more freedom that we just have to be aware that there is a cost if left unchecked. You know, um, my son's getting ready to graduate this year. It's funny, every summer comes with a little bit of trepidation because, graduation season is in full bloom and parties and everybody, and I don't want to see anybody hurt or worse. Um, but I sure do want to make sure everybody has a good time. So if you can figure out how to balance that, more power to you. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go do something. I'll see everybody tomorrow, Saturday morning for sure. I'll be out here with Adam from Ronnie Bird Lures, and we will be whacking and stacking these things left and right. Have a great day. It's Thursday. The weekend's in sight. It's a beautiful day. Do something good for yourself first, and then see how that grows and how it expands to all of the people around you. If you're not in a good space, why would you think everybody around you would be? You know? So, all right. I love you guys and girls. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day. Keep your tip up.